Look at this. The FBI now says they have found a second package at the FedEx office in Schertz, Texas. They believe it is loaded with explosives. They still don't know if today's blast, the one earlier today, is related to the series of bombings in Austin, Texas. Just found the second. And now this. Police in Raleigh, North Carolina are asking Google to hand over user data for all people near a crime scene. They say it'll help solve crimes. Judge Napolitano is here. Well, what do you make of that?
I can imagine what the Constitution thinks of this. It's actually a similar case to this before the Supreme Court of the United States. We don't know which way the court is going to go. However, reading the tea leaves at oral argument, they're going to go against the ability of the government to do this because the Constitution could not be clearer. You have to have a search warrant for a search, and a search warrant has to be based on probable cause of crime, and the warrant must, quote, specifically describe the place to be searched or the person or thing to be seized. What these police want, and I understand why they want it, does not even minimally comply with the Constitution.
So, I mean, let's suppose there is an assault at a street corner thus. They want the information on anybody who witnessed it, got that, but then they want information on everybody in that, what, 3-4 block area?
I think they want to see if there are photographs, if there are collaborators, if there's any way they can pinpoint how everybody moved so they can therefore conclude how the defendant, who's not going to speak to them voluntarily, moved.
But what's the difference between that and surveillance cameras, which are on all the time, all over the place? What's the difference?
Well, when you give this up, you give up a lot more information. I'm holding up my iPhone. You give up a lot more information than what a surveillance camera would see. You give up, you know, this is a gateway to almost anything they want to know about you, medical, legal, financial. Why are you smirking?
Because I threw you with that question.
Yeah. But surveillance cameras, thanks to the British lesson, the London experience, are everywhere.
Okay, wait a second. On that note, I believe...
Nice segue.
Yeah, nice segue. I believe that there's more privacy, when it comes to your social media, more privacy in the European Union than there is in the United States.
Yes, there is. The definition of privacy is different, and it's more expansive in Great Britain. Example, I post something about myself on Facebook in the U.S. I am deemed to waive my privacy rights in everything that I posted. I do the same thing in the EU. I am not deemed to waive those privacy rights just by posting it. I must expressly waive the privacy rights. Stated differently, the EU, Great Britain, your former buddies, as we speak, are getting search warrants for the servers for Cambridge Analytics, and that will take them into the servers for Facebook. And the Germans are doing the same thing.
I'd like to report this. We've not confirmed this, but Facebook officials have tentatively agreed to brief House Judiciary members as early as tomorrow. And we did know previously that the British Parliament has demanded Mark Zuckerberg get over there to testify, and I believe we have the German Minister of Information, whatever that is,
well, you know,
saying, hey, come on over here as well.
Let's not get carried away with this. Politicians only do what they do for one reason, to get reelected.
That's true, yes.
You know, if no crime has been committed and no civil wrong for which they can be sued has occurred, the government has no right demanding them to come and answer all their questions, but they're going to do it anyway.
Oh, wait a second. If there's some questionable use of the information on 50 million Facebook users...
that's Cambridge Analytics. That's not Facebook.
But Facebook allowed them to get that information and to use it.
Okay, so here's where there will be a dispute to be resolved in court, although knowing Zuckerberg, there'll be some sort of a settlement, a financial settlement. Facebook claims that Cambridge Analytics violated the agreement, the written contract between Facebook and Cambridge Analytics. And a judge is going to have to decide that, or somebody's going to take some money to go away.
Well, the Judiciary Committee is in no mood for legal niceties,
I think
even though they are Judiciary Committee.
Right, and even though they took an oath to uphold the Constitution.
Yeah. Okay. What did I say?
Could you repeat that?
That was brilliant.
Look at this. Facebook is now down $9.92. And as the news of all these hearings comes through, that thing is dropping. 5.7%. And yesterday it was down a bit more than that.
That's a loss of about $55 billion in market value.
Wow. How much did Mark Zuckerberg himself lose?
A lot.
A lot.
And I have no idea how many
In 2 days' time, it's $55 billion in market value.
Yeah.
That's what it's lost.
Look, the issue here is Facebook and its use of the data which it accumulates on 2 billion people.
Yes.
What can he use it for? How long can somebody else use it? And can you have a situation where somebody comes to Facebook with a whopping great big check and says, here, I want information on all this group, and they give it to it?
Very nicely summarized, and I don't know the answer to all this, except different countries are going to treat it differently, as we've just discussed.